The only thing that's going to bring about influence is going to be determined by how much you can actually overcome your own self-limiting beliefs. Okay? It's the reason you don't go after that promotion at work. It's the reason why you still are in the thinking phase, right? You keep finding yourself get motivated, and as soon as you get motivated enough to start, something in your life or mind happens that you use as the excuse and the crutch to stay back and hold yourself back once again. Hey, what's up, everybody? You're listening to Practicing Brave with Maggie Mejia. Here is where you're going to get small, pocket-sized coaching tips that will help you raise your belief and faith in God, get more focused, emotionally healthy, and start getting rid of all the head junk. I will be sharing personal stories, experiences, and taking your questions to help you break through into purpose. Enjoy the show. I am so excited to start this podcast, and let me tell you why. Because I don't know about you, but 2020 for me was a very challenging year. I also had a very good year, so I don't want to, miss the fact that I had an amazing year in 2020. My business tripled in sales. I had my 10-year wedding anniversary with my husband. That was beautiful. We went to Arizona for a week and it was just awesome. I graduated from college. So I had a lot of nice things. I had a lot of amazing things that happened in 2020, but I also caught COVID and was brought to the hospital twice because I couldn't breathe. And the other time was because they couldn't get my blood pressure up. It had dropped really, really low. I'm talking about significantly low. The point is, it was a challenging year nonetheless. So, why am I starting this podcast? Just have a heart to heart, to be honest with you. I wanted to start this podcast off with having a heart to heart with everybody. For those who know, I do have a coaching business on a membership site for women and women entrepreneurs, or anybody who feels that they are created for more, like they have a purpose, they know God has a greater purpose for them. They just cannot seem to, number one, tap into it. Number two, they have a lot of head junk in their way. They have a lot of emotional hurt that causes them to see from a very distorted filter. And I'll get into that in further podcasts and what I mean by that. And so I wanted to start these pocket sessions, right? And that's why I called them pocket coaching, right? Just really quick 10-minute coaching sessions. And I want you guys to send your questions in. Now, you do not have to be a female to send your questions in, and you don't have to put your name. You can place it anonymously, doesn't matter. But I want this podcast to be honesty. I wanted a platform to be able to reach as many people as I possibly can, both male and female. But again, my audience and who I feel I'm called to are today's woman and the entrepreneur. So today's woman, you have households with two incomes, right? We have women going to work. We have stay-at-home moms. We have women who work from home. We have women who desire to open up their own businesses. Now, the thing about it is they feel this call. They feel this burning desire to disciple and mentor and coach other women in their own sphere of influence, but they have absolutely no idea where to start. So that's one aspect, right? They have absolutely no idea where to start. And they know that they want something. Now, I'm going to tell you that the only thing that holds you back from starting is your mindset. Your mindset, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions are all determining you not starting. And in order to actually start, to start seeing some of those dreams and that purpose by which God called you come to fruition, you're going to have to overcome some of those mindsets. So it has absolutely nothing to do with your skill set, because a lot of people fall into the lie of, I gotta know more, I gotta be more, I have no idea how to work a camera. I see people put out videos. How am I supposed to do that? Like, we learn all of those tools inside of SMU, But I do want you to know that that is the least, and I'm serious, that is the least of your worries when it comes to business, when it comes to full time ministry, when it comes to opening a nonprofit, right? The tools, the tech, all of that stuff, that's after. What you need to get over is the mindset that you can't do it because dot, dot, dot. Everything after that because is what's stopping you. So if we can get to the root of that cause, if we can get that head junk, those lies, sifting between lies and truth, right? That hurt that you have in your heart. I'll give you a perfect example because this is one that comes up constantly. So let's say you were extremely bullied as a kid, whether physically, emotionally, whether you were called names, a loser, whatever it was, right? That caused you to shrink back because you were bullied is the same reason why you are not putting out content, why you are second guessing everything you write, why you write one thing and then you have to write it over because you feel like it wasn't good enough, why you put up a video and then the next day you take it down because it's not getting enough clout, it's not getting enough views. So you start thinking that there's something wrong with you and you start thinking that there's some secret sauce to all of this. And I'm telling you, the only thing that's going to bring about influence is going to be determined by how much you can actually overcome your own self-limiting beliefs. Okay? It's the reason you don't go after that promotion at work. It's the reason why you still are in the thinking phase, right? You keep finding yourself get motivated, and as soon as you get motivated enough to start, something in your life or mind happens that you use as the excuse and the crutch to stay back and hold yourself back once again. And so I wanted to start this podcast to help you get through the head junk, help you get through all of the emotional hurts, because believe it or not, all of your filters, all of your distortions, how you see the world, how you relate to people, have all been affected because of your experiences in life, which caused you to see things a certain way. And so, y'all are going to practice brave with me. That's what this is about. Y'all are going to practice brave with me because I'm breaking into new levels in my own life, in my own personal journey, in my own health journey. And it's causing me to look at mindsets that I've had for so long, but they were remaining dormant and so deep down in the recesses of my heart that until I started putting action to what I wanted, then they started popping up. You need to start looking at those negative thoughts and all of those things that pop up for you that cause you to stop. We need to change that. All right. So this is a coaching moment now. Every single time you have a negative thought or you have a limiting belief that is contrary to what God has called you to do, contrary to the purpose that He set on your life, contrary to all the goals that you have for your family, for your health, for your finances, for your business, for your spirit, right? For all of those things. So if it's contrary to all of that and it causes you to move back, you must flip the script. Okay, we need to flip the script on that. Once you see those limiting beliefs, become grateful. Start thanking God. Thank Him that you've arrived to the place where you can see. The Bible talks about having an ear to hear and an eye to see. So in those moments, instead of knocking yourself down because of the limiting belief and the negative thought and that emotion that you're just dying to avoid and not feel, instead of that, now we're going to celebrate and we're going to thank God because He's brought you to the place. He's waving the flag at the problem, okay? Because that's the first problem. At the surface, God is letting you know, hey, wave your flag because getting to this place of awareness is actually the first step in transition, the first step to transformation, because you cannot transform what you do not see, right? And I'm not talking about God. This is the thing. Christians have, of course, I'm not talking about you, right? But Christians have a way of, and I love y'all. Y'all are my brothers. Y'all are my sisters. I love y'all, okay? But we have a way of putting all the responsibility on God and thinking that we never have to take any kind of steps to actually co-labor with him by way of process of sanctification. And what I mean by that is sanctification is a lifelong process. When the Bible calls us overcomers, it says that we overcome brick by brick and stone by stone. That tells me, friends, that it's every day. Paul told us to renew our minds daily. So every day I have to get up and practice brave. Every day I have to get up and understand what are my limiting beliefs. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Heaven takes no rest, but neither does hell. Okay? There is no such thing as sleep in those realms. So you need to understand that when you wake up, you are already waking up with a decision to make. And that decision is, am I going to agree with the promise and purpose and mercies of God that are available to me this morning? Because the Bible says that they're new every morning. Or am I going to agree with the lies and the limiting beliefs and everything that the enemy is trying to tell me that I am? So when you wake up, you actually have a decision to make. Let those limiting beliefs be the awareness you need to start making the decision to couple and partner and agree with the God of heaven. Love you all. Talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to Practicing Brave. If you like the show, please don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Buzzsprout.com. It helps women just like you and I to find the show. If you liked what you heard on the podcast and want more of it, then join my inner circle. There is where I help you make the mindset shift that you need so that you can grow into your potential as a mom or wife, or pursue that dream job, ministry, or business that you know God has called you to. You just haven't figured out a way to get out of your head. This is where I give you practical strategies that you can put into place right away and see results immediately. If you want to come visit me on social media, you can find me on IG, Facebook, or YouTube at the handle Maggie S. Mejia. Or you can visit my website at maggiemejia.com. Remember, when you go out there, love hard, be present, and do what matters. Peace!